What up, family? The Rico, we know the DA, Fulton County. We know that she ain't been playing. Like we off top when it came to Young Thug, that situation. Hey man, there was a lot of individuals get locked up. They usually just try to take the head a little bit and the body will fall, but they wanted the body and the head when it came to YSL fam. Now, we also know the DA announced, maybe like a couple weeks ago. You've been keeping up with me. You seen I did a segment where she say in 60 days, it'll be two more Rico cases coming. Now, mind you, even before she made this announcement, a lot of people was in the wind. It's crazy how fans pick up on stuff because it was people saying like, hey, who gonna be next? We know it just ain't only Thug. This before the DA even made the announcement, and people had names like Lil Baby name coming up as being next. And reason why Lil Baby name was coming up as being next because the relationship that Lil Baby and Young Thug had. Now we also know when it comes to these RICO cases, relationships can cause you to have a RICO case on you. I mean, you just dealing with somebody guilty by association. Really, is what a RICO charge is, fam. Meaning, if you got somebody out there that's in the game, that's moving a certain way, and you continue to kick it with these, they got phone calls, different stuff like that. They will try to tie you in on some mob ties type of situations, fam. Now, we know Lil Baby's success right now is hella. We even know Lil Baby come in the game, man. He wasn't even a rapper, and he just grabbed the game by a chokehold. We also know Lil Baby have transitioned in the game from a street dude to an artist, not just a rapper. And what I mean by that, fam, you can look at the clothes Lil Baby where he marketing himself in a different light right now. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when it come to Lil Baby, hopefully this situation ain't a Rico concerning him. Now Lil Baby took to his social media, fam, and it's a man responding after Lil Baby said that he was finna start a project when it come to hip hop artists to make a certain boundary in hip hop move. Everybody putting their money together. And after Lil Baby said this, man, a man got on his social media and said, you need to be worried about that Rico case that's coming. And Lil Baby responded with, only God can judge me. Now, a lot of people took it the way, well, is he guilty? What do he mean by only God can judge me? You know, meaning if I'm guilty of something, but only God can really judge me. I'm not worried about the judge. I'm not worried about the prosecutor. I'm not worried about the police officer. I'm not worried about what the street's talking about. You know, only God can judge me. Now, at the end of the day, when it comes to Lil Baby in this situation, when it comes to the Rico, I do not see Lil Baby running around scared, you know, because it's a lot of artists, if you notice, fam, out in Atlanta done fell back a little bit. You know, they ain't even on social media or none of that like they was. Now, Lil Baby, ever since Thug been gone, Baby still been moving around. And then the thing is, Baby been going to visit Thug. So what individual that got something to do with a RICO case would try to even go in the jail to visit somebody? If anybody with common sense know, if hey, if I got something to do with a RICO case or anything, I'm not finna be dealing with the people that I'm on the RICO case on or potentially be on a RICO case with. And then I'm sending words to the public and telling people that Thug and Ghana is in good health and good spirit, you know. So at the end of the day, I think people is coming up with Lil Baby name, because you got to look at it, fam. Lil Baby popped off fast, real quick, you know. And when it come to an artist like Lil Baby, you ain't got time for nothing else. They barely want to do features, fam. You got to be in a certain bracket to even get a feature from Lil Baby, man. They not pulling up at these Rinka-D clubs getting these $10,000, $15,000, man. Lil Baby them selling out arenas and some more stuff. So at the end of the day, I cannot see Lil Baby selling his soul for a jelly roll for nothing. And he popped off that fast. It just don't make no sense. Now, when it comes to being guilty by association, that's a whole new other bracket. You feel me? Because at the end, it's just like being on parole. They're gonna tell you, well, man, you get out on parole, don't you be with no more parolees. But if I stay in the hood, everybody on parole. How can I miss it? All my cousins on parole, my dad on parole, everybody on parole. How can I miss? So it's this same type of situation when it comes to Lil Baby, that Lil Baby could argue, even if it was the Rico, because we know Lil Baby ain't putting no bodies out there. He not even giving them type of vibes when it come to hip hop as a whole. People are looking at Lil Baby like a rock star right now and an artist. And I think a lot of people just want Lil Baby to be in this Rico because they know how close him and Thug was. But the DA is not playing. She say in 60 days. Matter of fact, fam, we might got about 40 left before they call it out, and we'll see who on these RICO charges out in Fulton County in Atlanta. And we got to keep it real. Atlanta been the hot spot. It's been popping. It's a lot of people been transitioning from where they from to Atlanta. So it's been a lot of money circulating in Atlanta, and we know when it's a lot of money circulating, it's an underground to that, and it's that underground money is what's keeping these RICOs apart and keeping these murders in the streets. All this underground money dealing with hip hop, but these hip hop artists is getting it to the street dudes, and they taking it to underground. And when it come to the chain of command, the rapper end up getting a RICO, even though he ain't in the streets and in the studio. But I'll keep y'all updated on this situation, fam. But make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm out.